38 Canadian Brigade Group recently held Exercise Bison Warrior at the Canadian Forces Detachment in Dundurn, Saskatchewan. The Brigade Group carried out convoy escorts, improvised explosive devices, urban warfare training, as well as various levels of live firing training. The exercise concluded with a fire platoon attack, including artillery support. Sergeant Dennis Power sends us this overview of the training.
We're on the last 2 days of Exercise Bison Warrior. We're conducting live fire platoon attacks. We're going to take a look back at the week of training that led up to this point.
Overall, the weekend's been very good, as well as the whole week. Soldiers have an opportunity to work together in a combined arms team, work together as an allied team, Canadians and Americans, and overall the training from the response we've had from the soldiers is very positive. 38 Brigade's Exercise Bison Warrior, the main effort was to train the NSC escort troop, made up of Fort Garry Horse as well as Saskatchewan Dragoons. That's one formed element that's going from the brigade, but there's over 500 reservists from across LFWA and Central area supporting Task Force 108. They make up approximately 1/5 of the task force. The exercise was designed to turn around and take every soldier regardless of trade and make them a warrior, to expose them to situations that they wouldn't have, to introduce friction and uncertainty into the training so that leaders as well as soldiers are challenged to rise to the situation or scenario they're presented with. What we saw throughout the training was that the intent was achieved. And while the scenarios will change and while the situation soldiers will be exposed to overseas will change, if we stick to the foundations, we make sure that every soldier becomes proficient in their personal weapons regardless of their trade, and we expose them to situations which will challenge them to think and use their brains, we'll be successful.
We started with just dry training, section attacks, and then we built up from there. We did platoon attacks with blank ammunition, and then from there we moved on to live section attacks, and then similarly we just went live platoon attacks. And I've never been part of a platoon attack before, so it was something definitely new for me, even after 4 years of being in. A lot of these guys I've never worked with before, and the way they're sending us overseas is they'll put together a company or a platoon of reservists, and we'll all be from mixed units anyways, and that's what's going over in 0108.
It is going to take a total force concept, if you will, to ensure the success of these overseas missions, and this will be one of the largest deployments that the reserves have ever gone through, over 500, and we're going to do it again. And not only are we going to do it, but so are the other land force areas. We wouldn't be able to do it without the reserves and the regular force working together. This gives them a good opportunity to test out at least to a level and then go to the next level when they augment and join up with the regular force whenever they are going to get there.
I think overall at this time, completing this task here with the platoon itself was very rewarding, and seeing the troops come together was very good in overall end state in my side of things from this point here. Training-wise, we did the amphibious training also to lead up to this, to the live fire. Definitely it's rewarding towards the end here of this overall.
It's a week of training in April, and it's the only time that all the units of 38 Brigade get a chance to come together for collective training. For Army News in Dundurn, Saskatchewan, I'm Sergeant Dennis Power.
Keep watching Army News for more story from Exercise Bison Warrior.